We Windrunners are just stubborn that way.
Oh boy, look what Blizzard just cooked up. Both mummies in one frame. You might be wondering what's going on. What is Sylvanas doing here? Why is she saying the end of everything is happening? I predict this before on the Hajik's channel. Sylvanas will become the Lich Queen. And now I'm 100% sure of it. Listen closely so I can break down this cinematic for you. As you know, the cinematic happens after the events of the Void Spire raid, where the Naaru L'ura is pulled out of the Alleria body, the Sunwell turns into Darkwell, and the whole vibe of the Silver Moon becomes sad. Then the March of Quel'Danas Raid opens, and the players defeat L'ura. Interestingly, the cinematic doesn't show how we stop the Darkwell or what happens to Xal'atath. That's a whole other story since Midnight is just starting. But oh boy and boy, the main story is this. And I'm so happy because I thought about it before. When Xal'atath gets angry about L'ura's destruction, she loses it. Notice how an arrow hits one of Xal'atath's orb? Alleria has shot at Xal'atath like this a few times before, and then Sylvanas jumps out of the maw and says, "We Windrunner are just stubborn that way." You know, Sylvanas' eyes are blue now. She's no longer a banshee because the two pieces of her soul were united in Shadowlands, you remember, right? Now she's truly the Ranger General from Warcraft 3. Xal'atath never expected Sylvanas to come here, and she was shocked. Sylvanas has an aura forming around her. When she walks, you can see the death magic beneath her feet. She says death comes for you, Xal'atath, for your kind, for the force of void. And it is interesting for me because in the Three Sisters comic, we learned that the void was whispering in Alleria's ear to kill Sylvanas because she served death and she is the enemy of the all. The void cannot corrupt someone who is dead, remember that. And it's interesting that Xal'atath satisfied that her work is done and she is done, she's finished, and she goes in ground, meaning something like Darkwell. She goes to Darkwell, maybe it's connected to Azeroth's Ward Souls, who knows. She tells to Sylvanas they will fight another time. But if we skip the sisters hugging, we get to the main point. This is where Sylvanas says the Shadowlands are not at all what we think or what it seems. I cannot rest until I've uncovered the truth, and she hopes to see them again before, she says, the end beginnings. And what is that end? Let me tell you. Listen closely and pay attention and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. So in patch 11.2.7, when Sylvanas is paying for her sins in the maw, Arator points out that environment or buildings in the maw feels strangely familiar, even though they should be completely alien. Sylvanas confirms this, and she says, "I have seen the true death, and there are many things about this that no one knows." Then Sylvanas directly points to a terrifying truth: the cycle of death, the Shadowland, even the jailer himself, the maw. It's too ordered and too structured. Whenever a name of order or control comes, we remember something like Titans, especially Titan Aman'thul. To understand this, we must go back to patch 10.2 in Dragonflight expansion. There, we found a book that refers to nature of Emerald Dream and life. According to the book, the Titans could never fully control the force of life. Instead, they put a border around it, some kind of a wall, alright? They only ordered a small piece of it, which became the Emerald Dream, and the rest remained wild and out of control. And the person who managed to pass that wall says in the book that there are other realms of the life. In the center there is a city and a powerful pantheon present there. Also there is a boss in Aman'thul raid. Her name is Nimoy, and she's ordered to weave the walls. You can see the wall between the fight. Now the main question is this: if the Titans fail to fully control life, Did they succeed in controlling the force of death? And the answer is yes. That is exactly why the Shadowlands look so ordered. The creatures of Shadowland that we saw all talk about the eternal order and the cycle of life and death. The eternal ones and the denizens of Shadowlands talk about beings called the first ones, whom no one has ever seen, yet they believe they created everything. Even in a book from Odin that we found early in Dragonflight, Odin tells the other Titan's keeper that they must stop the force of life because they can't control it. So, as a result, they probably control death, which is the other half of life. We even saw the world building factory Zeres Mortis, where the eternal ones are made. It looks like very looks like similar to the forge that made the Ursun and the Titan Watchers. You remember Uldra, right? There is a terrifying possibility that Aman'thul and the Titans fully programmed and ordered death, but Sylvanas managed to find the hidden layer of the system, the true death and the pure death. It's interesting that when we kill Rhaegalon the Observer, who is Aman'thul's puppet but was dominated by Jailer, there is a ring in his lute that says, "Be ready for my arrival." So maybe Aman'thul is the one who created the fake world of the Shadowlands, and Sylvanas has discovered the true death. The magic of domination itself means control, and control brings order, and order is the desire of the Titans. We thought shattering of the helm of domination ended the Scourge, but the bitter truth is that we only removed the leash from a wild beast. According to the Exploring Azeroth Northrend book, the undead forces in Icecrown and the other places in Northrend are more active than ever. The floating city of Naxxramas is still in the sky, and the Call of the Damned is waiting for their new master. In the Midnight questlines, we witness heavy Scourge attack on the Light's Hope Chapel, the Paladin's headquarters. In the Blood Knight questline, we also see a Sandlane named Voras taking command of the massive Scourge army and attacking Quel'Danas. Lurthamar and High Lord Darion Morgren, commander of the Death Knights, are deeply concerned about the uncontrolled activity of the undead across Azeroth. All of this points to one message: the world still needs a king to control death. Maybe a queen. From a gameplay perspective too, new races like Ursen, Draktyr, Haranir need a new source of death magic to become Death Knights. The system needs a new Lord of Death. Sylvanas going through her path of redemption, but she no longer has a place in the Horde, or Forsaken, or even her homeland of Quel'Danas. So what is her destiny? In the last Titan expansion, I think when we return to Northrend, we won't just face the Titan. The undead will be there too, and they are more dangerous than ever. This is where Blizzard will put Sylvanas at the center of the story. She will become the one who controls the force of death. Let me also add that the Primus of the Maldraxxus, the warlord of Shadowlands, met an entity who gave him the power of time to predict the future, and we know Aman'thul's power is time. Maybe these two work together, and Shadowlands is nothing but a prison for souls. But what is this end Sylvanas talks about? We've heard these words a lot. The jailer said, something is coming, and the cosmic force need to be united, not divided. The main reason for the jailer's rebellion was that he was terrified of an ending as something
which is doomed. A cosmos divided will not survive. What is to come?
An ending that even the old god Naxos told us about. I alone can save you from what is to come. Make sure to check my new video about Return of Naxos on my YouTube channel. And Murozond, the dark future of Nostromo, the aspect of time, points to a dark ending. Even in a world where everything is destroyed, the old gods won, the Horde and the Alliance are defeated. in the dungeon of the end time. Merzon says this is just a blessing compared to the eternal ending I saw. So probably he saw something and he terrified so much.
The end time. I once called this place. I had not seen by then. I did not know. You hope to what? Stop me here? Change the fate I worked so tirelessly to weave? You crawl unwitting like a blind, writhing worm towards endless madness and despair. I have witnessed the true end time. This is a blessing you simply cannot comprehend.
Or even the Doomsayers, who talk about the end of the world in the Legion pre-patch. They spoke of an snake-like creature with the eternal hunger, possibly named the Ancient One. If you like the video, I will definitely make a video about these doomsdays. Many have predicted dark ending, and I believe they are all the same things, and Sylvanas figured it out. I think the Aman'thul, the Titan, is the big bad of the whole World of Warcraft universe, as Blizzard has been setting up since the War Within and before, and it seems they imprison Azeroth as we know, and you know that in the War Within questline and in Harandar. You saw that Alan'Hara, which might be Azeroth herself, was stolen from her cradle, and all of these are connected together. What do you think, guys? And my final point is this. Remember when Sylvanas said, "This world is a prison."
This world is a prison.
Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. I will read them all. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. And until the next video, peace fucking out.
Yeah.